American Chopper made its Discovery Channel air in 2003, which was very early in the history of reality TV. Its unique fusion of personal connections and professional turmoil helped create the category, which was then picked up by several other reality shows with interesting but unusual corporate settings. Orange County Choppers, a renowned motorcycle customization company situated in the southern part of New York State, was the site of the American Chopper action. Together with the metal and paint-worked motorcycle marvels, the audiences were captivated by the real-life OCC workers, particularly the magnificently mustached shop manager Paul Tootle, Sr., his son Paul Jr., Mikey Tootle, Vinny DiMartino, and Rick Petco. 2018 marked the return of American Chopper to television because of the reboot trend, which saw several popular programs produce new seasons of episodes. It's amazing that this happened for American Chopper at all, considering that Orange County Choppers, American-made, the last attempt to revive the show, was plagued by legal issues. In April 2017, Thomas Derbyshire filed a lawsuit against Tootle in Delaware State Chancery Court, alleging that Tootle paid personal costs with the money he invested in Orange County Choppers, American-made. Derbyshire further said that Tootle had delayed production by taking a long fishing trip, and that, when he returned to the set, he had refused to do scenes with Hell's Angels chief Rusty Coons, even though the contract demanded it. Allegedly, Tootle signed product placement contracts without Derbyshire's approval. In July 2018, Paul Tootle, Sr. appeared in court in Poughkeepsie, New York for a mediation conference pertaining to separate lawsuit. Tootle, the bike builders' lawyers, and the attorneys for Orange County Choppers attempted to reach a settlement with the attorneys for JTM Motorsports. That company accused Tootle of offering to assist them with their business in exchange for Tootle doing free repairs on his Corvette. Presumably because he breached the agreement, Tootle was forced to pay JTM $50 per day for the car's storage until the legal matter was settled. Tootle defines mediation as the procedure by which two parties mediate their disagreements in an orderly and mature manner in order to come to a conclusion without having to go through the costly and time-consuming official court case process. Page 6 was told that Paul was getting agitated while both lawyers were verbally discussing the negotiation, according to a source familiar with the issue. That's when Tootle lost patience with the process, stood up, shouted at JTM to return his car, and then basically leaned over the table and lunged. Despite Tootle's failure to reply to messages, a JTM attorney requested that he be restrained, and 3 court officers came upstairs. Security then removed Tootle from the vicinity. The day before the American Chopper remake premiered in March 2018, Paul Tootle, Sr. filed for bankruptcy. This might be seen as odd timing or guerrilla marketing. Tootle admitted that he owed more than $1.07 million to more than 50 creditors, even though his net worth was only around $1.8 million, according to Chapter 13 court records that Page 6 was able to get. Tootle also disclosed a monthly income of $15,000 and monthly expenditures of just over $12,600. Theoretically, Tootle would have more money than he spends, but not nearly enough to pay off his enormous debt. Among his past due obligations stated in the petition are a $32,000 judgment, $151,000 in taxes to the town of Crawford, New York, $21,000 in credit card debt, and $2,000 in medical expenditures. Tootle seemed to have some legal protections with his bankruptcy status, but the story was far from over. In April 2019, the trustee presiding over Tootle's case made a motion to dismiss the bankruptcy petition, citing Tootle's failure to deliver the required documentation. According to that document, Tootle failed to provide the trustee with copy of a federal income tax return or transcript for the years 2017 and 2018, along with further proof that his financial situation indicates a negative cash flow. 4 months prior to filing for bankruptcy and disclosing his severe financial circumstances to the world, Paul Tootle, Sr. made an effort to ease his cash flow issues by putting his enormous estate in Montgomery, New York up for sale. Advertised in October 2017, the 38-acre property has a stocked pond, waterfalls, woodland regions, and many buildings used to house farm animals. Not to mention the main house, a big wood and brick structure, or the volleyball court, hot tub, gazebo, and pool. The approximately $2.9 million asking price is more than enough to get Tootle out of a few tight financial situations. After 3 months, Tootle dropped the asking price to $2.49 million as he was unable to locate a suitable buyer. In early 2019, the retreat was listed for under $1.65 million. The trustee supervising Tootle's bankruptcy case said Tootle was convinced that the sale of his home would solve all of his financial issues, but that doesn't seem to have occurred, at least not yet. American Choppers fans came for the motorbikes, but stayed for the fights. The topics of disagreement between Paul Tootle Sr. and Paul Tootle Jr. were almost all the time. There were tasks to be done around Orange County Choppers, but that would have been amazing, binge-worthy reality TV. Thus, fabricator and technician Vinny DiMartino tried to keep his head down and go to work in an effort to remain committed to his job. In 2007, he left American Chopper and OCC because he was bored at work and wanted to improve personally. DiMartino opened his own business, V-Force Customs. "I'd have gone as far as I could there," DiMartino said on the now-defunct V-Force. "I really didn't have any chance for advancement, and I had always wanted to have my own shop, so the natural progression was to leave and start my own place." For 5 years, he controlled V-Force and even worked as an outside contractor for Paul Tootle Jr. In 2013, DiMartino exchanged his motorbikes for cars. He sold all of his motorcycle equipment and opened up a car and truck repair shop in Walden, New York, called DiMartino Motorsports. "I thought Rick Petco was a very cool guy on American Chopper. He took a job as a builder and fabricator with Orange County Choppers shortly after the first season of the show aired, where he passionately produced a wide range of intriguing vehicles. When the Paul Tootles broke off to run their own companies and attempted to keep as many OCC employees on their side, Petco still worked with Sr. but remained close with Jr. It seems that Paul Tootles was there during Rick's 2012 wedding to the former Brittany Cockerham. Before the year ended, Petco became a father to 2 tiny children. He was still working for OCC by then, but he was tired of driving 90 minutes each way from his house in northern Pennsylvania to the shop in southern New York. Consequently, he took a job as chief fabricator at the Harley-Davidson Pecona Mountain Complex in Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania, which was about 1 mile away from his residence. When he's not working with it, Petco also works with metal. From his home, he runs a small knife forging company called RPD & Co. There were a lot of intense arguments between Paul Tootle Sr. and Paul Tootle Jr. throughout their time working together on American Chopper. Fortunately, a third Tootle family member, Mikey Tootle, was on hand to assist maintain the brittle calm. Mikey began working at Orange County Choppers as an entry-level employee, answering phones and taking out garbage. A jovial and funny guy, he did his best to keep the peace both in his home and at the shop. However, a man is only capable of so much, as they say. He stepped away from the Chopper brand in 2012 in order to, quote, "seek some peace of mind and work on my relationship with my dad." He did, however, go back to work, contributing to both OCC and Paul Jr. designs. In his free time, Tootle, another gifted artist, opened the gallery in Montgomery, New York, where he displayed his works. Tootle worked on a web series after it concluded in 2014, which was another creative project. In 2016, Bummin' Around was established with the goal of bringing attention to the problem of homelessness in New York City. Cody Connolly was a 14-year-old intern at Orange County Choppers who was passionate about motorcycles before American Chopper was even an idea. He worked at the company until 2007 developing and fixing bikes using the skills and information he had learned in school. At that moment, Connolly left the firm with Vinny DiMartino in tow, following him as he launched V-Force Customs. He kept working at OCC at V-Force for a few years before joining Paul Tootle Jr.'s design company to rejoin the Tootle family business. He now works for a utility company and does not participate in the professional cycling circuit. When Connelly filed lawsuits against many of his former employers in 2009, the stories made headlines in the media. According to Connelly's statement in the complaint, he was paid for around 1/3 of the performances in which he really appeared. Furthermore, he said that the show kept using his image on American Chopper merchandise even after he departed the show in 2007. Even worse, Tootle Sr. never gave him the helicopter he had worked on, in spite of his assurances. Connolly sought $250,000 in damages. It seems that none of the conflicts between Jr. and Sr. were staged for reality TV cameras. Despite Paul Jr.'s co-ownership of Orange County Choppers, Paul Tootle Sr. fired him from the company in 2008 due to extreme conflict. Jr. later told that getting the boot from his father was a big favor, as it allowed him to overcome his controlling nature and take the first steps towards starting his own business. Tootle's one-year non-compete agreement expired in 2010, and Paul Jr. Designs opened for business. Following that, Paul Jr.'s 20% ownership position in the company was to be relinquished by Paul Sr. by legal means. This endeavor was abandoned when the father and son had to make apologies, since it would have been against their contract with Discovery Channel to fire Jr., which may have led to the show's cancellation. In light of everything said above, the network made the decision to premiere American Chopper Sr. vs. Jr., a continuation that highlights Tootles' two businesses. After the program concluded in 2012, Paul Jr. went back to work on Paul Jr. Designs, and in 2015, he celebrated the birth of his first child, a boy named Hudson. Motorcycle design and reality TV are two very successful businesses. Paul Tootle Jr. is a successful guy in two distinct fields. He co-founded Orange County Chopper with his father in 1999 and subsequently co-starred on American Chopper. After leaving the family business in 2010, Tootle started Paul Jr. Designs. However, he was need to wait a year before building any bikes due to a one-year non-compete provision. His other efforts included creating a dog park in Montgomery, New York, and a total makeover of Coleman's Road Trip Grill, which turned the metal meat cooker into a cute chopper. The company's marketing manager stated this was the first time they had ever employed an outside celebrity designer. Despite all of those burning bridges, Tootle is worth a cool $2 million. Experienced in court proceedings, Paul Tootle Sr. wrapped off another challenging case in February 2020. Professional photographer Scott Gunnels filed a complaint against Orange County Choppers, broadcaster Discovery Corp., production company Pilgrim Media Group, Paul Tootle Sr., and his son Mikey Tootle in June of last year. The younger Tootle's likeness had been used on two American Chopper goods without permission or payment, and he claimed ownership of the image rights. The products in question are a $19.95 t-shirt and a $39.99 covered hoodie. Gunnels also claimed that a different image he shot of Mikey Tootle was used to promote an art event. The Tootle family even went to the extent of removing their company's logo from the image. A Southern District of New York judge ordered the Tootles to pay Gunnels $258,484 in damages after finding in favor of the man. With American Chopper coming to an end, Paul Tootle Sr. began looking for other ventures to fund his retirement, especially ones that would leverage his celebrity. Similar to how the world-famous gold and silver pawn shop in Las Vegas from Pawn Stars became a tourist attraction after being shown on TV for years, Tootle intends to make Orange County Choppers a fan destination. In 2019, OCC revealed intentions to turn a part of the 90,000 square foot complex into a family entertainment center located in Newburgh, New York. The facility will have a number of activities, including an escape room, laser tag, go-kart racing, arcade, and virtual reality area. Tootle is almost as well known for customizing motorbikes as he is for his incredible tattoo collection. He capitalized on this fact in 2019 by launching the product TatSeal. It's a topical medication made from biocuticles that claims to reduce inflammation and discomfort associated with tattoos. With almost 160 episodes, the American Chopper drove off into the sunset. The show returned to the Discovery Channel in 2018 after a 6-year break, running for 2 condensed seasons of 7 episodes each in 2018 and 2019. It seemed as if the reality franchise was ending at that moment, since every cast member had left to explore new projects. How might Paul Tootle and the younger Paul be persuaded to come back to American Chopper? A feeling of longing.